Hello, my name is Anna Hatfield. Today is July the 19th, 2020, and this is week 2 for Bio240 for Los Angeles Pacific University, and this is the sheep's heart dissection. I've already dissected the heart so that I can have a little bit of a head start. Of course, I have all of my safety equipment on. I look fabulous. And I wanted to start off first with one of the questions for our assignment is what are one of the conditions or diseases that the heart can experience? And one of the ones that I thought about or research was the blockage that we can get in our arteries due to eating a very poor, badly diet. You know, hamburgers, pizza, stuff like that. Our arteries get a blockage inside of the artery, like a thick layer of fat that can lead to a heart attack. So that I wanted to cover first. That's one of the main heart's disease that we experience as humans when we don't have a good diet. So this is my heart, and I have cleared an area here in my kitchen. So far what I have learned from dissecting the heart is it's very, very complex. It was not easy. It was actually pretty hard. I have learned that this here, this is the front part of the heart. The reason why I know that this is the anterior, the front of the heart, is because of the anterior interventricular sulcus that we can see that goes kind of diagonally across the front of the heart. It goes down to the apex. The apex is the this sharp little area here, the bottom of the heart, that's called the apex. So the anterior interventricular sulcus goes down to the apex. Okay, so we know that this is the apex, the bottom part. Now this here is the base. I can see that I have very nicely here an aorta that is coming out. I was very fortunate that I have the aorta and the pulmonary artery also to be able to show off here. Of course, you can see how the aorta, once I open, you can see where that blood comes right out. Okay, so first we're going to do the outside of the heart. So as I mentioned, this is the anterior portion. Now, because the heart would be sitting this way, this is the right and that would be the left. So this is the right side of my heart, and you can't see it very well because although I did dissect it as much as I couldn't get enough off. But this here, this little area, is my right auricle. I have a left auricle, and the left side is actually a little more visible. It's easier to see than my left side. I guess I could take off more fat, but this is the left and this is my right. Okay, moving down, I have, like I mentioned, my left auricle here. Now I have the left ventricular area along with the right ventricular area. This right here that I didn't mention, right here, this is the brachiocephalic artery. That's different, of course, than the aorta, okay? So you have the brachiocephalic artery. Can't say that very well. Okay, moving on to, and this, of course, like I mentioned, is over here. Can't see it very well. Well, I guess you can. So this is the aorta. The right here, the pulmonary artery. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the back side of the heart, which is the posterior. Okay, now the posterior side for me was actually also very difficult to understand or to be able to identify because of my sheep heart just had so much fat, and I had to remove just what seemed like just tons of fat. But anyways, you can see the pulmonary artery from behind here. Okay, and my right, I already forgot what it's right auricle. Okay. So looking at the back side, we also have a posterior interventricular sulcus. And looking at it from this side, we have, of course, the left ventricle and the right ventricle. The pulmonary veins are located, can't see them very well, but they're all throughout here. Let's take more of this fat off. I'm telling you, this was a very fatty heart. I have removed just so much fat, and I keep removing more fat. I cleared my dissection area twice. Oh, you can see kind of something here. So the pulmonary veins are obviously right by my pulmonary artery here. So I have the right ventricle and the left ventricle, and which kind of goes down the center here, a posterior interventricular sulcus. And you can see visibly up here the aorta. Okay, now we're gonna go in to the heart. When I open the heart, I cut laterally so that I can have, a good view of the inside of the heart. So now we're looking at the heart here. This is the anterior part. When I open it, you can see automatically the chordae tendineae. I can see the tricuspid valve, which are these here. We can see, like I had mentioned, the tricuspid and the bicuspid valves. This is the pulmonary muscle. We have, of course, the left, and actually the left side should be this side because it's thicker. The left ventricular wall. Now, I learned also that we have 3 layers to the heart, which is the myocardial layer, which is the outside, and let's see, what else? I feel like I'm missing something else. I should have gotten my notes. Okay. So the chordae tendineae is visible here. Of course, you can see from up here the left auricle. I got the papillary muscles, like I mentioned, the bicuspid valves, and I think that's it. it's been interesting and very extremely challenging. So yeah, I believe that I have been able to locate all of the the origins of the heart, the anterior and the posterior, along with our aorta and pulmonary artery, along with the vein that you can see in the posterior pulmonary vein, brachiocephalic artery. That one, I think, and it's just so hard to tell on this here, but I believe it might be this tiny little thing over here that's protrusion out. Looking at it from the backside, of course. So yeah, that concludes my dissection and my showing of the anterior and posterior of the heart, also the inside of the heart. Chordae tendini. I don't know if I did that one, but you can see it right here. Also along with the bicuspid valves, because I cut it in half, so you can, I'm able to see that, the papillary muscle. And yeah, I hope that was enough, but I can tell that this little guy, he has so much fat on his heart, and we also have fat like that in our heart. Our artery, the walls of our arteries get clogged up when we eat fatty foods, and can also experience heart attacks and other diseases of the heart if you do drugs as well too. So something very important, people think that, well, I think most individuals can think that, you do drugs and you're going to mess up your lungs or maybe a little bit your brain, but your heart, it is the muscle that pumps that blood, and it gets also weakened by such things. So anyways, that concludes my video for Bio240, and this is week 2 for Azusa Pacific or LEPU. And yeah, thank you.